because of the condition of the road, it probably might take me 10 minutes, and it might take me less time too. So let's see how this goes. So is everyone today? What you guys doing today? Anybody going to church? Honestly, I would really love to go to church, a church here, but honestly, I don't see or I can or find the church that I really feel comfortable in for real. Because when I was in Florida, I've been to a couple of churches. One I've been to one time, and the first time I went there, the first Sunday I went there, they wanted me was to take communion, and I refused it because I said no. When I was a child growing up, um, the church that I used to attend was Tabernacle Church of God. Yeah, Tabernacle. And I remember my grandfather, both of my grandfather, my grandmother, and Pastor Farbs, and other members, elders of the church, deacon, um, and so on. And I remember clearly that on communion day is only persons who are baptized and is a Christian is supposed to take communion. That's how I remember it, and that has that has instilled in my head from that time. So for me to start going to church here in America, whoever that pastor is gonna have to come very hard, to convince me otherwise. So that Sunday when after church the pastor came up to me and said that he saw that I didn't took the communions. And I said, yes, I didn't take it. And he asked why. I said, because I'm not living the life. I'm not living a life that is clean, to be taking communion. For me, this is a serious thing, and it's not everybody is supposed to take communion. And he's gonna tell me that next time I need to take it. I said, no, I'm not gonna take it. And then he started to introduce getting married, Chris being a part of whatever. So and then I just realized that what, this is not for me, because I'm not gonna let nobody force me to do what I don't want to do. It's okay for them to encourage you to get baptized, to be a Christian, give your life over to God, and etc etc. Yes, I understand it, and that's exactly where I am actually headed to at this point in time in my life, because there's really nothing out there for me, or that I want, and that could keep me out in this sinful world. There's nothing. You understand? I'm married, um and that's basically it. And I have seen and I've experienced and see what God can do. If God can do it for me as a sinner, just imagine what He can do, and He's going to do for me when I decide to turn my life over to Him. Just imagine. I know it's not gonna be easy. You're gonna have a lot of obstacles. The devil is gonna work more than overtime to mess up what you have with God. But it is for you to know where you're coming from, and the things you've been through, and God took you out of those things. God answer your prayers, and God provide for you. God give you everything. God give you unconditional love. To know that no devil, you're lost. You're lost. You cannot win. There is nothing here for you. You understand? And so I know exactly who God is and where God is. And the life you have to live in order, for you to see God's face. And like I always tell people that God lives in every one of us heart. And it's just us as human being to figure that out and do as your heart told you, because your heart cannot wrong. Your heart. If you follow your heart, you'll never be heartbroken. God lives inside of my heart. That's where God is. And if God, for me, if God lives inside of our heart, and we allow ourselves to be um victimized by the devil, you know destroy people, knowing that God lives in our heart, and we allow the devil to come there and mess up, things for people, ourselves, and so forth like that. So it's nobody's fault but ours. Everybody's responsible for their own sins, you know. Then another time I went to another church, and this church, my husband used to work with the pastor that owns the church. And let me tell you, the first day I went there, I was emotional. I was in an emotional state of mind, and I just wanted us to go somewhere, to kind of it's like to get certain things out of my head and so forth like that. If that's, and I went there and I was crying throughout the whole service. And then I met the pastor of the church and his wife, who lost, I think, they have three daughters, and they lost both of them probably 2 months prior to the time I went to the church, in an accident. All three of their kids died in the accident. So it so happened that, me and her was talking, and I was telling her, what I've been going through and so forth like that, and I kind of stuff. And honestly, I felt kind of welcome by her there. And so yeah, we exchanged numbers, and she started to message me, and I'll message her back, and was telling her that if they have any little get together there at church, and they need my help doing hair, makeup, or anything like that. She should let me know. I'll provide my service free of cost for her. So we did that, and then I went back again one more time, and for some reasons, I get to find out that the pastor that my husband was working with, he wasn't all that. So I stopped going there, and he wasn't honest. It was just all about the money, and for them, and that's what I'm really not into. So I didn't go back there. I didn't go back there. Mhm. So yeah, I think that was the last church I've been into, and then I've been here. So basically, I just do my psalms a day, read my Bible, pray, and sometimes I'll administer to myself. and I'll also share the gospel of God, tell people what God has done for me and how good He is, and so forth like that. So and it has been good, but I decided to get baptized, um, and I've contacted a old my childhood pastor in Jamaica. So I decided that I'm going to go all the way to Jamaica just to get baptized by him, because I will not be baptized by somebody else. Because these pastors nowadays, honestly to God, it is just about the money for them. And I am not going to pay nobody at all to preach the gospel to me. No, no. Jesus Christ set an example. You understand? And we need to follow. And I can understand how these so-called preachers going around preaching, and for them to go there, etc., etc. One ticket for them to whatever is 100 and something dollars, $50. No, no. Did God charge any of us? Did God charge any of us to make us in the person we are? To create us? No, God did not charge. So I don't see why in Jesus' heaven name they need to be doing that. God said they need to buy an aeroplane, cost 5 billion, 10 billion. No, you're not going to get me in that church. No. And you see, before I go in that church and let them, and because I'll curse them out in church. Honestly, I've done it already, and I'll do it. So I stay as far away as I possibly can from those suckers you call pastors, preachers, or whatever. No, I'm not going there. So whenever I get baptized, I am going to go to Jamaica, like I said, get baptized down there. I'll probably spend like a week down there. If not, then I'll come back home, and then whenever I'll contribute show my ties to that church, and and then whenever I'm in Jamaica, I'll go there, because that's the church, that's the pastor I grew up listening to, and he is a wonderful, he is truly a man of God. So, if I'm gonna take that step to better in my life, to acknowledge, Jesus Christ as my personal savior, then that's the pastor man I need to, to make that first step with me. Okay, it's not being selfish, but I'm following my heart. And I know that God put me on this earth for a reason. Yes, I've been through so much. You guys wouldn't even understand. Still going through. But at the end of the day, I look at it as if as God made me special, and God favors me best. And I am here for a purpose and a reason. And I know I'm here. So all along I've been going around doing, giddy headed and so forth like that. No. That's why God has been whooping my ass like this. So it's time for me to, do what God, asks of me to do. So this is how it's gonna be for my 2019, and and so on. I'm working on other things, and I know the moment I decided to make that first step, getting baptized, and start living a true Christian life of God, repentance, and so forth like that. I know everything that I want, my heart desire. I know that God is gonna give it to me. God is gonna make it possible for me. If you guys don't know, I've been working since age 13, and at this point in my life, I have so many health issues that it has been affecting my work and so forth like that. And I just feel as if I've worked enough, and I've paid my dues. So I don't. It's just a struggle every day for me. But I must struggle it in Jesus' name. So far, I'm 40 years old. I'm alive and well. So, yippee! God is good. Okay, everyone. So I'm gonna go inside and go cut those two little kiddos here, and then I'll see you guys later. So I hope you all have a blessed Sunday. And remember, if guys, if you cook dinner or whatever, share with somebody. Share with somebody, you know, and give from the heart. It's one of the most blessed and spiritual feeling I ever gotten when I give and I give it from my heart. It's like this sensation, just take over my body, and that's a feeling I don't ever want to not feel. So whatever I give it from my heart. If it's the last I have, trust me, I'll gladly give it to you. Because that's what Jesus would do. So let's do what Jesus would do. Let's love, share, make peace, and love each other. Okay. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Peace and love.